the lighting.
All right, good afternoon. We'll call to order the meeting of the Greenwood Stormwater Board. Wednesday, April 9th at this is 4:02, I guess. So if we have roll call, please.
David Payne,
Here.
John Shell,
Here.
Leanne Muller, here.
All right, is there a motion for approval of our minutes from our last meeting of March 12th?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion of minutes? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Right.
Aye.
Aye. So the minutes are approved. All right, I don't see anything under old business, so we'll jump right to new business.
I think maybe I can do a presentation here for the Heritage Trace HOA.
They're not spending money. Sure.
Well, there you go. So for the record, Chris Jones, Director of Stormwater Management. We did receive a public-private partnership application. I think I forwarded it on to the board. It's for Heritage Trace subdivision. There you go. So it's right off of Emerson Avenue and Pushville Road. They have a 3 ponds, and they are actually having trouble with their pond, West End Pond. And this PPP is basically just for that. The other two are in pretty good shape. So up on the screen, it shows a third pond on the left, but the west pond there is right off Emerson. You can see there's algae growth in that. They're having a hard time keeping that water turned over. So they've, as I said, they've presented the public-private partnership application. It looks to be in order. They have a few quotes here. I did present the board with the our scoring criteria. We recommend that have a 6.5 total points of our overall scoring criteria. We also have a staff recommendation where we state that it is our recommendation that this project meets the criteria of the public-private partnership and encourage the support of the project in an amount approved by the Stormwater Board, with the condition of updating the recorded O&M manual for this subdivision. So if the board has any questions, I think what they're requesting is $13,876. They're asking for 100% of the board or the budget. Stormwater Board does have this in the budget, cover these expenses. So happy to answer any questions the board might have.
This is kind of unusual doing this without a representative from the HOA here anyway. So they're asking for repair of electrical for the middle pond, for the aeration, and then to replace fountain at the west pond.
So it's 2 ponds, not just one.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
sorry. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's the aeration, yeah, for the electrical on the center pond.
Okay. And one with smelling fountain, I saw some place where they want to do lights and stuff.
With the fountain.
That's purely aesthetic.
Yes. It would be aesthetically, is the way it
Yeah.
So
If they have any money, I'm sorry, did they have that in there, what their
It's 92 homes.
funds are that they might have available?
Like if we don't pay 100%, are they gonna be able to move forward with something? We could ask them if they're not here.
yeah, well, I would kind of recommend we do this at our next meeting.
Okay.
Ask them to be here.
One of the questions I'd have for them, if they were here, is How is it a public-private partnership when they're not a partner?
I did see in the back that they would provide power source, so I guess maybe that's where the partner comes in.
I think that power source is already there.
Yeah, we currently have an open manual with them, so they're required to have aeration needs. It's just.
Have we helped them in the past?
No, we've not.
Mr.
Anyway.
Kenny, are you making a motion to
I'm
continue
gonna-
this to the next meeting?
Yeah, I'm gonna make a motion that we move this particular item to our next meeting and then ask the representative to answer questions.
Second.
Any further discussion?
Should we, should we make the motion, say May 14th?
The next meeting would be in the May, he said the May meeting, so the
Okay,
meeting is May.
No questions? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 Aye. Okay, Nasby Construction.
All right, so if the board recalls our last meeting, we had the contract with NASB to do the tile repair project. We found that the project took a little extra work, and so we needed to amend that contract and for an additional $7,700. So I request the board ratify that contract, that amendment.
Their motion.
Motion for that.
What was the extra work that we did?
What we ended up doing, well, it took more than we anticipated, you know, because that 10,000 was kind of a threshold to kind of start out. You know, we found an extra tile through there.
Typically, when you're doing those kind of, in a city that's been here 100 whatever years,
Exploratory work.
you run across stuff.
Yeah.
And honestly, the contractors sometimes bid it that way, knowing that they're gonna find stuff.
Doing it on home, you always find something.
Yeah. You can be guaranteed.
Okay, any other discussion? All right, don't have a motion, a second. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved.
Next, hey, the year in review. Wonderful shiny paper, hot off the press today.
Where is this photograph? Cover photo?
It is Bruno Christian Church.
It's not.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
Yeah, stock photos.
That is really pretty. Yeah, you know, I thought of someplace else, but yeah, that's.
Somebody photoshopped that guy.
With a local photographer, Mike Weaver.
Mike Weaver. He is wonderful.
The infamous Mike.
Miguel Weaver.
Yes. So,
If his brother was there, at least one of those geese would be floating in the water outside.
so I invite the board to go through this at their leisure. If there's any questions that you might have, please reach out to us. But I think it's a very good, I thank Ms. Manali for preparing this. And you got it before December.
That's right. That is early.
Tiny.
And we still had some IT issues in this past couple of weeks.
More?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, okay, moving on.
Okay. IDEM annual report was presented to IDEM and I've already heard back from them. It was 100% and they loved it. No deficiencies. So,
Rick,
yeah.
Stonegate Pipe.
Okay. So, and once again, I'll recall that we've had a design contract for replacement of a pipe in Stonegate subdivision. There we go. So we replaced the northern section of this pipe to the roadway about 4 years ago. And at that time, we probably should replace this other section. This other section, as I mentioned, is corrugated metal pipe. It is failing, a lot of sinkholes in it. So we're gonna do kind of replace, on in-kind, replace with a RCP. So we had it designed by USI engineers. They provide us with an engineer's estimate. The estimate is under the $150,000. So we went ahead and solicited quotes. The engineer's estimate was $83,765.00. We solicited quotes. We only received one back from Lawyer Excavating in the amount of $136,900.00. The difference really being the pipe. The engineer's estimate called for $42,000 worth, and the estimate from the contractor was $109,000. At this time, I'd like to go ahead and do this project. However, I think we're too far from the engineer's estimate. We should try this again and be advertised for a few more. So if I could get permission from the board to advertise this out and seek additional quotes, and hopefully have this ready for our May meeting.
How many did you have to do this one? 3. You think any of those were time-based? That if they were given another shot, they might?
Maybe on 2 of them, yes.
Okay.
Maybe 2 of them.
Well, then what you need to do is you need to reject the quote. All quotes, reject the quote received, and then authorize the stormwater superintendent to solicit quotes for this project again.
Okay, so need a motion to reject the quote that we have.
Second.
All right, any other discussion about that? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Need a motion for, yes, to allow Chris to solicit for additional quotes.
So
Second.
Okay, any other discussion about that? Hearing none, all in favor of that motion, say aye. Aye. No walk-ons, no, by the way.
No, actually, I do not.
Anything from the audience, either in person or anybody that might be on social media, Zoom? Okay. Hearing none,
the
we will-
controller's gonna wait for him to be called personally.
All right, council, do you have anything for us?
No, sir.
Okay, so engineer. All right, controller. All right.
I think we're good.
Oh, just, waiting for that moment. Okay. Billy?
I would note that we are, legal is reviewing a contract with a company to change our billing software. We've been down all week because of network issues with the old software we have. It'll be a cloud-based software. It will also give us the ability to put the stormwater bill on the same bill as sanitation, so that it will be $5 a month rather than billed quarterly. But it's a 9-month process to get it in, all done, but long term, I think it's gonna be way better.
That's great. You can get rid of the
Yeah,
$15 quarterly.
That I forget to pay.
$60 in January. That's what I do.
Okay, great, all right. Anything else? Okay.
That's a good move.
Good job.
Thank you.
All right, Chris, you're back up.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, looks like we've got 2 O&M manuals. Greenwood Trace, Section 1, recommend acceptance. Authorized me to sign.
Motion?
So moved.
Second.
All right, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 Aye. Okay,
All right, second one is Sage Briar, Section 10, we find to be acceptable. recommend accepting it, authorize the mayor to sign.
So moved.
Second.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, I got a couple extra things. These are add-ons.
God.
Yeah, that's a boy.
Yeah, so obviously there's the field report up there.
That's
You
the
know,
rain we got
well, that, I'm
For
sorry,
March.
that's last month.
For March.
I was gonna say.
I was gonna say,
something.
that was like
Yeah.
one day.
So-
Believe me, I had that much in my basement. so.
You live on a hill. You were down.
So yes, we did obviously get a lot of rain, this past week and, over the weekend. We did call in a couple of our laborers on Saturday. In a few areas, they actually even had to get in Val Vista, they had to get the backhoe out to get some obstructions removed.
You know all about that, right? Well, no, up on the street.
Did you
I
see
know
a
how it
Mooresville
works.
man died trying to get stuff out of his
Oh.
detention pond?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, they
It's
cleaned
sucked
all
him in.
this.
You know, we did, obviously, we always get, hey, there's water in my backyard. Hey, it's wet. Well, that's what you're supposed to do. It's got a lot
It's
of rain.
wet, it's raining.
But for the most part, we're winning.
I did not see a whole lot of standing water
Yeah,
anywhere, even some of the places where it normally is. It was,
I mean, staff and what you've allowed us to do, we still have those hot spots and we hit those hot spots before rain and after rains, during rains. And, you know, I think we're winning, we're doing a good job.
So I drove around during the rain. It sounded like you guys did mine also. And it looked good.
So, kudos to the staff. I wanted to
great,
mention that
thank
for
you.
the staff.
And appreciation.
I will. Also want to bring the board's attention to House Bill 1037. I sent the board an email about this. This deals with stormwater management and basically our ability to permit anything under an acre, regulate anything under an acre. The bill doesn't make any sense to me. It's just, I don't want to do this work, so we should make a law that says I don't have to do this. It would prevent us from, as I mentioned, regulating anything underneath a permit. So we all know that when somebody digs a pool, you know, they dig a hole in the backyard, they got to do something with the dirt, and the dirt goes everywhere. You know, sometimes they fill in the swale. So when we permit it, it allows us to be on top of it. Hey, at least we know you're going to, you know, break some eggs to make your omelet, but at least, you know,
Require silt fence and
have silt fence, you know, hey, make sure you have a place to dump your concrete washout. What this bill would do is, we couldn't say anything about it. Couldn't do anything until.
Okay, let me ask you a question, because I read the amendment to the bill, which gives us the authority to write,
We already have that in there.
yeah, to notice, or they go back and stop things. But what you're saying is, we'll at least know that that's going on now.
Right.
With this bill, now they can just dig and.
Yeah.
We don't know that. it's
We
even
don't
happening.
know, and we
it
can't
takes
regulate.
regulation authority away from the city.
Yes, yes,
Under an acre.
yes, everything under an acre. So, you know, a Big B Coffee, a Valvoline, these sites are under an acre. We wouldn't even be able to require that they have post-construction assurances. So, you know, a place like, let's say Valvoline, you know, you have oil and water, you know, separators and post-construction B&Ps that help us protect the waters of the US and everything downstream.
If they dig up their underground tank.
Yeah.
You don't get to even look.
We don't even get to even look. So I've been up to the State House. I've talked to you know, a few of our state senators. It's all on deaf ears on the Republican side. So I'm not sure. I've sent language for amendment that I think the Democrat representative is going to present the next one, which might still give us some authority, but I don't know. At this point, I mean, it's already through the first reading and it's got 8 yeses and 3 no's. So
It has to be by the end of this week, right? It has to be through the committee meetings and stuff, and then,
Because the end of the month is coming.
yeah, I think it's this week. Can you send us some talking points or
Sure.
at least what you sent them so we
I-
should have some,
I definitely will.
something intelligent. At least for me anyway.
Oh, me too.
You would know.
No,
Well,
I
so-
talking points help. I mean, I understand a lot of it.
So, you know, my amendment is if the municipality or governing body has waters that are on the impaired waters list, 303D list, then we can regulate anything underneath there. So basically, all waterways are on the 303D.
Interesting.
So we're lucky, we're fortunate. Yeah, and I've been really trying to get that, if you recall, I've been trying to get Pleasant Run Creek off the 303D list with IDIM, because we're required to, you know, to have a program that tries to eliminate that, or to get these waterways off the 303D list.
So the 303D list is one.
The impaired water bodies.
Okay. Impaired by meaning
It's federal, it's a federal difference, isn't it?
it's a designation.
How many waterways in Indiana are not on that list?
The Ohio?
They're mostly impaired.
Yeah.
It's not on
Our
that
half of the Ohio.
list.
Anyway,
All right.
All right, well, we could
Thanks for the
send along that stuff.
I will.
Be happy to.
that's all I have.
All right, anything from the mayor? Or his office? All right, commissioners, anything you have to say?
Thanks for your time this time.
All right, is there a motion for approval of our claim docket as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Yeah, I have to. I did.
Really? Any discussion about the docket? All right, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Anything else that needs to come before the board before we adjourn? Hearing none, we will be adjourned at 4:24. All right, thank you.